Everybody, welcome to tonight's Facebook Live, where as I started yesterday, I'm going to be answering questions that people have as we deal with this COVID-19 crisis, this change in our world, the chaos and change that comes with it. And I'm going to answer questions if they show up here, but today I have two questions planned and some good news as well for you. Two planned questions that people have sent me separately. If you are watching this later, please put your questions in here because I'll answer them on a future day. We're going to be doing this every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m. and on Fridays at 4 p.m. all Eastern time. Let me get right on into the questions today. The first question today relates to what should we wear when we're working remotely? One of the things that, and this seems like a silly question, but I think it's worth us talking about for a second. Most people laugh. They say they can work from home and they can wear their PJs till noon and they can wear their AC/DC t-shirt. One of my teammates says that all the time, although I've never seen him wear one. So you really can, I suppose, wear anything you want. I recorded a video the other day where I said I used to work in a world where I wore a suit and tie. And now the world I work in looks more like what I'm wearing tonight. But many times people, when they're working from home, can wear whatever they want. And I do think that perhaps it can get a little looser. And at some level, you can wear whatever you want. But it reminds me of a story that my grandmother used to tell. My grandmother was a fifth grade school teacher. In fact, I had my grandmother for homeroom in the fifth grade and for a couple of classes. There's other stories I could tell about that. But here's the thing I want to say is Grandma used to say this, that on the dress-up days, the students were at their best. That when students were dressed up, they were on their best behavior and they were more focused. I think there's a lesson for us here. If you are now working from home and you haven't before, you're thinking, man, this is awesome. I can wear whatever. And I certainly say you can be comfortable. But here's the thing I would say, that once we're working from home, the routines that we had before are lost. And I would suggest you consider dressing up a little. Maybe you don't have to wear what you would have worn to work. But I would say that if you dress for work, you're ready to work. And so I am not the clothes police, but especially if you've been doing this a while and finding that, maybe I haven't shaved in a couple of days or this or that if you get back to thinking about what you did to go to work, it will help you get back into that working mode, especially right now when there's so many other uncertainties in our world. I'd encourage you to think about what you wear to work, even if you're not working at another place. Second question tonight, it comes from people who were saying, well, leaders actually that I've been talking to say, well, we've had a work at home policy before where people could occasionally work from home. They could work from home one day a week. They could work from home if they were having a delivery man coming or something like that. So our people will be ready for this remote thing because they've all done it once in a while. Here's what I know. I know that some people are sending people home to work you may now be working from home and you've never done it before. But if you are a leader and you say, well, people have worked from home a little, so this will all be fine, I would urge some caution there. There's a big difference between I've worked from home occasionally or I work from home every Tuesday versus I'm at home every day now. There's lots of differences, but one of the differences is if I was working at home one day a week, I could have the meetings on the other days. I could come to the office and have the conversation that I didn't want to have on the Tuesday when I was working from home. Now there is not a come back to work day where all of it is from home. We have to get more intentional about our communication. We can't put things off. We have to work on continuing to build and maintain trust. We've got to work on building the relationships that maybe happened in some cases kind of automatically when we saw people down the hall or in the parking lot. But now we have to be intentional about all that. Here's the other thing. If you're a leader of a team where people are all now working from home and working remotely, you have to be far more intentional about reaching out to your team. Of all of my team members today, I know that I spoke with either on the phone or on a webcam with all but one of my team members today, and my bad for not talking to the other. I was in conversations and things with many members of my team and sub teams as well, and I started always with what's going on, how are you doing? How can I help? Before we got to the work. And as individual team members, we can do that too. Do the things that you would normally do. Don't just be in transaction mode. Hey, I know you're busy. Here's what I need. But get right into still being a teammate. Get right into still integrating and putting real life into your work, even though you're now doing it remotely. I strongly encourage you to think about that. And if you're a leader, again, don't be lulled into it's going to be okay because everyone's worked from home occasionally. It's going to be different. I'm not trying to be henny penny and say that you can't make this work, because you can. You can find ways to continue to build your team when it's all happening remotely. And that's where I want to close tonight. I'm really very excited to be a part of something that the folks at LinkedIn Learning are doing. So the folks at LinkedIn Learning, I've had the chance to build several courses for them, 2 of them specifically related to online and remote work, one called Leading at a Distance and one called Leading Virtual Meetings. And the great people at LinkedIn Learning have decided to put together a bundle of courses that they're offering for free, very focused on the remote worker and the remote leader. And I'm honored that those 2 courses of mine have been included in that bundle. And there's a link in the description here that can get you directly to that. No cost, completely for you. Take advantage of mine, take advantage of any of the other great content there. And I hope that you'll do that. I have one other resource for you tonight, completely free, completely for you, that we've put together. So many members of my team over the last 2 days have been working on an idea that happened on Monday and that on Wednesday afternoon is live. It is our COVID-19 resources page, resources for remote leaders and remote workers. There's a tremendous amount of content there. This video will end up being there. We've got video, we've got audio, we've got articles, we've got links to resources, including a link to that LinkedIn Learning bundle, and lots more. The list will grow every day. There's a chance there to click a link and have a consult with Wayne Tormel, one of the members of our team and my co-author in the Long Distance Leader. The link is also on this page, kevineikenberry.com/COVID-19. The resources are there for you to share with anyone else. We've put them together to support you as a remote leader and as a remote worker, whether you've been doing it for a long time or you just started doing it this week. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow night with answering more questions. And again, if you're watching this later, you can put your questions in this comment and I'll make sure we answer them tomorrow or the next day. Thanks for being here. Listen, keep focused on the prize. Lots of tough stuff is going on around us. There is uncertainty, there is fear, there is the unknown. All of us are dealing with that. And we can focus and be at our best as best we can to move forward doing work. Here's what I know. When we're moving forward, when we're taking action, we change our mental approach. We can help ourselves and help our teammates by doing that. I hope you will. I hope you come back for another one of these Facebook Lives tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. I'll talk to you soon.